6-4 against Pete Dias. He hit 6 180s in his opening match here this weekend. There was one horror leg, which Pete Dias won in 32 darts, which I'm not going to let Justin forget about this weekend. But if you took that out of it, he'd have an average well over 100. He was playing really, really well, apart from that one nightmare leg.
Yeah.
As for Gary Anderson, well, look at this. The Flying Scotsman starts off with a 180.
There's a statement.
There is a
There's
statement.
a statement. You've got to be on your game. If Gary's on his and Justin just isn't quite, then good night, Uncle.
Well, here comes Justin Pipe, looking to respond in kind. Does so! Now then! Are these two bringing their practice game onto the big stage here?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Gary Anderson won his game 6-2 against Dyson Parody, the Gibraltarian dart player. Dyson hit 160 outshot in that match, but it couldn't stop Gary running away with it. He was 93 average. I mean, it wasn't his very, very best, but it was pretty good from the former Premier League champion.
Yes.
130.
Back in that treble 20 again from Justin Pipe. These two look to have turned up right from the off.
100. Justin, you require 101.
Interesting what way he may go treble 20 first, and then we'll see what will go from there. Yeah, 81. Treble 19, double 12.
There's the treble 19. He wants double 12 for 101 check out and a 12 dart leg to open things up.
Ooh.
Just misses inside, and Gary Anderson, he may only get a shot at the ball. He may not get a shot at all, but, well, he's got to find the treble 17. Doesn't get there, so Justin Pipe will be coming back, and he's looking at double 6. And if he wants to miss, he wants to miss outside with his first dart. Doesn't want to be messing about on double 3.
Both these after 12 darts on doubles.
Look at that 13 dart leg for Justin Pipe, in a leg that Gary Anderson started with a 180.
Ooh.
39.
That's not a good start from Gary. That is not a good start from Gary.
Already seen one of his protégés, Adam Hunt, through to the quarterfinals. Just his second quarterfinal on the PDC full senior circuit. He has won on the Challenge and Youth Tours. And Michael Smith, another of his lads, is on the way later on, having dumped out Phil Taylor, the defending champion. He'll be taking on Jamie Caven, the 12th seed. But already in this leg, Justin Pipe has the upper hand.
He does as well. 61 ahead. And these.
There was a glare from Justin Pipe at that dart. He didn't like that one. Doesn't like the lie he's having to come down. Gets treble 17.
They go back up for the treble. Oh, see the mark. See the mark on the middle of the treble wire. On the bottom there. Still there. Still see it shining.
80.
Justin's looking very, very good in this leg. To break Gary. You won't like that at all.
No, certainly not. Just a quick look at the scoreboard there. Yeah, little mutter to himself, Justin Pipe.
Telling off.
And back comes Gary Anderson. Well, the first dart was perfect. The second dart wasn't.
125.
But he adjusts well.
Third one was. Still Justin's to do. Yeah. Good dart.
140.
Now, of course, Gary Anderson, arguably the bigger name. I mean, he's won major tournaments, Premier League winner, World Championship finalist. But there's not much between him and the head-to-heads. As I say, they know each other inside out. Justin's not going to be scared of Gary's reputation or anything like that. He needs 85 here, treble 15 for double top. Oh, he's gone 19s and he's not hit the treble, so he's not going to get a dart at this. And Gary Anderson's on Shanghai.
Yes.
Yeah, not much in the head-to-head. 7-6, Gary leads it. So Justin's got a chance to level things up.
Gary's at 5, going for the treble.
30.
Oh, for a breaker throw here. And an early lead for Justin Pipe.
Yeah.
Going to get 2 darts to break him, you would think. 9 double 16. There's the 9.
Let's have the 16 number. That's a long way off, just.
Well, it was closer, but it's not close enough.
You
And
require 90.
20's here. Double 15. Yep.
there it is, Gary Anderson. Well,
Gary Anderson.
he survives there to level the match up. Justin Pipe had
Further
darts,
Justin to throw first.
but he takes that out
Game on.
very assuredly. Yeah, the last time they met was in February. That was in a semi-final of the UK Open qualifier. 6-5 went all the way to a deciding leg in Gary Anderson's favour. They did, of course, meet in the final of the first Euro Tour event.
Yeah.
And again, Gary nicked that one. Gary, the only guy we've still got remaining in this tournament who's won a European Tour event so far this year.
Right.
But Justin did do him
59.
in December, 9-7 in the quarterfinals of the Players' Championship, and he does like it down there, Justin. Just down the road from him in Taunton, 2-time semi-finalist at the Players' Championships. That and the semi-finals of the Grand Prix is the best he's done in a major tournament. Just looking to take that next step and make a final.
That's what he'd be looking to do, and like we said right at the very start of the match, this could go 6-5, and the other stats and the games that they've played beforehand have proved that.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it was 6-5 in the final of the first European Tour event as well. So Gary Anderson looking who fell 177. That'll do very, very nicely for the Flying Scotsman.
Nice little healthy lead as well. To
Yeah.
break Justin.
Yeah, and after surviving a couple of darts to be broken himself and go 2-0 down, suddenly Gary Anderson is in with a chance of going 2-1 up and throwing for a 3-1 lead. Just on little 2-minute periods, games like this can change, and Gary Anderson jumping all over that dart. It's a 177 followed by a 180, and Gary Anderson's on a potential 11 dart leg.
Wow.
And if you want one of them, you want it on your opponent's throw.
All day long.
60. Gary, you require 85.
There we go, treble 15. Oh, double top. Textbook is written in there, isn't it? Double 10.
75.
Oh,
A little bit wavery on a double. I mean, it is double first time in the last leg, but leg number 1 he didn't. Just in a way back. As I say, he won't want to hit a straight ton here. 96 will leave 170. Treble 19.
58.
Gary's comfortable. I mean, he doesn't really need to go for it this way. He can go 2-4 if he wanted to. Because you start splitting it and running around and chasing and thinking about, oh, I've missed another double. All can play on your mind.
well, Justin is a mile back, and it's almost like we saw James Wade yesterday. He sort of seemed to sharpen his mind and actually concentrate on the job and hit those winning doubles when somebody got close to him. But when they're 200 odd points back, it was just, oh, I've missed it. Oh, well, I'll be back.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah.
Need that sort of intensity, and there was going to be a bit of intensity with
Here we
this, and
go.
suddenly there is, because Justin Pipe's on a finish, and Gary Anderson takes it out.
We'll play
You
Gary.
explain that
throw first.
gorgeously, because that's exactly what happened. They get a bit of pressure on them. That's when they sharpen up, tighten up, where they go.
That certainly is when the best players do.
112.
It's how you respond to that pressure, how you deal with it. And Gary Anderson, we know he can deal with it. He's beaten the best in the world numbers of times. He was fuming with himself that he didn't knock Michael van Gerwen out of the World Championships. He gave him a good go this Christmas.
Oh, he did as well.
He gave him a really good go.
You know, and it's just broken just in there. It's and opened up with 112. Decent start.
Yeah.
Justin hasn't followed him, and Gary's now looking to
Moves
push on.
Yeah, moves across the oche and finds 2 in the treble bed. Fantastic work from Gary Anderson. Other people might have just decided to move down the board, but he's stubborn, the Scotsman. Forcing his way into the treble 20 there. I'm just looking to build upwards from that Justin Pipe as he lays the dart on top of that second one into the treble 20. It's exactly what he's done.
Lovely.
Gary Anderson got nearly 100 points on Justin Pipe here as he looks to hold his throw and
Oh,
well, win a third leg in a row. This would be for Gary Anderson if he can close it out. And a 3-1 lead. These two are actually rooming together our hotel on the Rock. Not sure if there was any tricks, any dirty tricks in the middle of the night, for setting a little alarm just outside the other one's door.
You don't know, do you? You don't know.
The dark arts of darts.
140. Gary, you require 112.
Give him a dodgy bacon sandwich in the morning. It's 12 tops.
Gary Anderson for 112 checkout. Here we go. And the Flying Scotsman flying now. 3 legs on the spin. And Justin Pipe's got to find something. He's got to find something pretty quickly here. He's finding himself dumped out of the Gibraltar Darts Trophy and missing out on a game against Steve Beaton in the quarterfinals.
He really does need to hold this. 4-1 down, and then Gary's got the throw. Potentially 5-1. You're not coming back from there, generally.
Well, we nearly did say...
Look at this.
Yeah, this is incredible. Gary Anderson, oh, it's flying in. Look at this. That's his third 180 of the match. He's got a 177 in there as well.
As he kicked in with some form.
He really has. But as we've already seen this afternoon, just getting all the way to 5 legs and getting down to a double sometimes isn't quite enough to get a W next to you, know. You go and ask Dave Chisnell about it. You go and ask Johnny Haynes about it.
Exactly.
Maybe not. You might come back with a black eye.
Possibly.
60.
I'll not ask that question.
No. You see a man in a bright yellow darts top walking around, you give him a wide berth for a bit. 14 mismatched darts against Adam Hunt.
You want to pull your hair out on that one, wouldn't you?
You do, and look at that. It's 100 average for Gary Anderson, 113 in his first 9. That's
100.
symptomatic of him outscoring Justin Pipe, and you know, he hasn't missed too many doubles to drag that average down.
No.
There you go, 43% is pretty good.
That's very good.
44.
That's very good. Justin's on a quarter. Not so clever, but...
He's not really giving himself enough chances, that's
no,
the thing,
he
is he?
hasn't. And that's proof in the pudding here. 3-1 down. Mind you, he's got a nice little chance here of holding his throw because Gary's not that far, not far ahead of him. That's a good dart.
Yeah, gets him down to a
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah.
And Gary Anderson, you know, I've spoken to Gary many times after games, and he likes a bit of a moan about slow players, but not at all with Justin. You know, he's his practice partner, and Justin's one of the slower ones around. But you'll notice when Justin does throw his darts, he takes a while to throw them, but he gets up there, takes them out, and gets out of the way very quickly.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, there's absolutely no gamesmanship whatsoever with Justin Pipe. Not even close to it. He was looking for treble 19 there for double 12. Gary's left himself a bogey, slipping into the treble 15, treble 5 there. So it's left 32, Justin. So he's thinking, yeah, I've held my throw. Now let's concentrate on breaking Gary.
130.
It's good darts off of Gary Anderson.
Yeah.
Put some pressure on this 32.
Yeah, he really has. Justin Pipe only hit the one winning double so far. That was in the very first leg of the match. Needs to find another here. That looks a decent enough marker
It's a
for him.
lovely marker.
Well,
2 of them.
it's a little tungsten wall to bounce off there for Justin Pipe as he looks at the little green bit for a through. Oh, well, he's gone on the wrong side.
Gary 32 now, break him again. 4-1. Bang.
Oh,
One
straight in. That's how you do it, Justin. You can see he's taking a little walk at the back of the stage, muttering to himself.
Gary to throw first.
Yeah, Justin will be kicking himself there. This should have been 3-2. Should have been 3-2.
Well, look, we've talked about the mismatched darts we've seen in games so far. Justin did mismatch darts against Gary Anderson in the final of the first European Tour event in Hildesheim earlier this year.
Yep.
So, you know, he knows he should have beaten him there to lift the trophy. Maybe Gary Anderson will return the favour for him. You never know.
Well, I think that's how he'll be looking at it. That's
Although-
exactly how he'll be looking at
Although
it.
the way he's playing at the minute, it doesn't look very likely, and it's looking less and less likely the more he fills up that little red bit. Look at that, it's another 180 for Gary Anderson, a 4th maximum in the match to go with his 177 as well. There you go.
19 points difference in the average. It's that's where it all is. 4 180s, 1171.
Well,
Plus,
is this a... Well, it's just a 140 for Justin Pipe. But Gary Anderson in the driving seat in this leg as he looks to go within 1 of the quarter-finals.
Doesn't he look
100.
confident and solid with it, Gary?
Yeah. business-like.
Yes,
Just getting it done.
I've got a long day in the office today.
That's it. It's a different kind of preparation for these guys with the 4 games potentially to play than just the 1.
Yep.
We'll see if Gary Anderson's preparation is up to the job of going all the way, but he's got one job to deal with at the moment, and it's just in pipe.
It's 84. Might go 48 here, treble 16 to leave 36. No, on 25. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, 62 means that he's going to get 2 darts at double top when he returns. And just in pipe, all he can do is put a dent in this.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that big a dent.
No, it's not. 181, he can stay there, because it'll leave 161. Yeah.
43, go you required 59.
Not looking good for Justin.
No, he must be hugely frustrated.
Yeah.
49.
Well,
that's not good either.
if you're going to do something to turn a game like this around and turn it around massively, this would not be a bad start just in pipe. 161 he wants. We saw this. We saw this from Brendan Dolan. Treble 17 and ball.
Oh, come on.
Oh, is it going to be a second time this weekend? Oh, look at that.
Long way off.
27, go you required 10.
16 on the last dart. Double 5 for Gary. Yeah.
Well, the former cage fighter's just pounded his fist into his other hand.
Yeah.
He is disgusted with himself.
Very cross. Very cross. Steady start.
But 5 legs on the spin against a man averaging 100. Well, you might end up needing, 2 or 3 12 darters in there.
Look at this, look. Justin won the first one in 13. Gary's gone 20, which was a loose leg. 16, 12, 16, 16. That's fairly tidy. That's fairly tidy.
132.
Oh, well, how about that?
31.
Didn't like the lie of the first dart. Treble 18, treble 19.
Puts himself 44 ahead.
Yeah,
Justin's had his loose one here, hasn't he, again? It's a loose start on the 5. We covered it well.
He has. I talked to Justin and
Lovely.
said, look,
when
when do you think you were playing the best darts that you've ever played? And he says, I ran about the back end of 2011. I came over to the PDC. I was winning a lot of floor tournaments. That was when I thought I was playing my best stuff. But right now he feels it's very, very close. We've not seen it here today, certainly not so far. But he's very confident going into it. We've got the Bet Victor World Match Play coming up, of course.
Yeah.
Again, he's...
First one in the 5. Gary hit 20, 25, 25, 70 to leave 170 as well.
83.
That's not bad. This is 76. Gary, 170, treble 20. Here
Oh
we go.
my
Treble
word.
20.
What a way to finish the match.
For the
This
match
would
ball.
be bullseye. There it is, Gary Anderson. What a shot, 170, the biggest one you are going to get on the bullseye. And he has shown his good, mate, exactly how it's done.
That's it.
It's a 6-1 win, and Gary Anderson is stormed into the quarterfinals. He'll face the number 10 seed, Steve Beaton, as he continues his search for a second European title this year. If he